Well, we definitely intended to do this last weekend, but it did not happen.
It's very hard to do a recording when you have no power. For 12 hours.
12 hours. It's a little... Microphone's a little more sensitive than we were before. We are using an incredibly complicated system.
That's actually going to make this a lot less complicated.
Yes, at least for me. Right now, this house is covered in cords. And don't worry, I'm going to fix it after this. Hello, Megan.
Hello, Matt.
And hello, all of you out there on the other side of the TV, because when I'm talking to the audience, I have to look somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're over there.
For me, usually it's off to the right, but that would just be looking at the wall opposite the television, which wouldn't make any sense. If someone was sitting with us, they could be sitting on that couch, I suppose. But what are we doing today?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, we got all of our North Ocean discoveries, so I think we're headed back to Value Up?
I believe you are correct. We had just finished... I'm heading north for some time. We had just finished getting the tricyclone. That was the last one we needed?
Yes. There's
Nice.
there is one other in this area, but it marks off a place we haven't been to yet.
Okay. Do you want to see if we can get it? If there are, like, coordinates for it? I know the thing that it marks off of is not here, but... let's do a fight while Megan goes through our list.
The coordinates are not applicable because it's it moves randomly between one of our discoveries and a place we haven't been to yet.
So it does, but it does operate off an existing one.
Yes, it moves randomly between the balloon flower, which also moves, and a fixed point that is we haven't gotten to.
Did we get the balloon flower?
Yeah.
I believe you. I just don't remember it, but I don't remember a lot of what happened yesterday, even.
Oh wait, no, we haven't. You're right. Sorry, that's a different. That's in a different place. So it bounces between two things that we haven't been to.
Okay.
One of which is in a different area of the.
We did it!
I'm actually gonna bump your gain down a touch.
Okay.
You're hitting higher in the red than I am.
Should I not lean forward into the microphone?
I don't know why I'm talking as if I think people can hear me.
That's what I do all the time. Well, here's what I'll do: is I'll just look towards it, but I won't lean forward, and we'll have an entire recording where you can't actually hear me. Yay!
I think, so did we get the balloon flower? I was not totally
No, we
listening.
did not. That's
Okay.
It's not in this part of the world.
Okay.
It's somewhere else we haven't been yet.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Fish!
Fish, 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 fish.
You missed every single one of those.
I was watching the meters.
Sorry about my chewing. I usually don't like to eat during recordings, but I don't know. We tend to time these for a time of morning where I end up being starving.
Fire consume my energy!
It's always a little bit inconsistent when we get to one of these. Talk normally for me one more time.
Hello, I am talking normally.
Perfect. He assumes if the sound's weird on this, growing pains, folks. Oh, counterattacking.
Yeah, so last weekend, Friday night, through much of Saturday, we had heavy snow. And I don't mean heavy as in coming down from the sky very fast, although it did do that too, but heavy as in the heavy, wet kind. Great for snowmen, but when you have 7 inches of it, it's a little rough on the trees. And so then tree branches get weighted down, and they fall down, and they land on power lines all over the city.
Let
Yeah,
us be
there
thankful
were-
for our safety.
It's like, I think KCPL does Kansas City Power and Light. That's who does power for most of Kansas City. They have like 870,000 odd customers. Most of those did not have power. Well, not most of those, but it was
No.
like 150,000.
Yeah, you told me when you were keeping an eye on it, it topped out over 100,000. So they were like bringing in crews from other regions because
Hello, Giant's Throne. Goodbye, Giant's Throne.
Because they were just out of people. So yeah, our power went off at 4:30 in the morning, and it came back on sometime around 4 in the afternoon. And so we spent a lot of time wandering various retail establishments that did have power because our house got very cold.
But like not sleeping well.
Spare thought for my mother and my brother, both of whom were out of power for 24 hours.
Yeah, we were fortunate in that our power went out very early.
Fire consume my...
And then feel free to roll your eyes at my other brother, who did not lose power because he lives a little further away, so he was out of the worst of the storm, but did decide it was a good idea to go to the Chiefs game. Roads weren't great on Saturday. We only left because we had to.
Yeah, those were not pleasant drives, and it was still snowing.
It was yeah, I mean it was all right, but yeah, it was still actively snowing until about 3 o'clock on Saturday.
So while we had gotten power back on Sunday, and Sunday's usually when we do these recordings, I'd wanted to do some test recordings on Saturday. I didn't get anything done on Saturday, and I was just not in the mood. Alright, we are here at the...
Hey, what's up? Oh, their merchants are nice. Okay. Watch out.
That's very kind of him. We certainly did not see any pirates before. Okay, we need to find
Watch out for those nasty pirates.
a way into the continent. I was going to spin the camera around. The game's like, hey, what if you fought instead?
So today we have power. There was
Everyone get behind Drachma!
Sounds like a good plan. There was a little more snow. Friday and Saturday, just about another inch in the light kind, so that's fine. It is just very, 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 very cold.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of my family members are going to today's Chiefs game. For their sakes, I hope not.
Go Chiefs. I don't watch football, but I hate the New England Patriots. Like all right-thinking humans.
It's the AFC Championship. Chiefs are really good at getting in good years. They're really good at getting to the playoffs and then blowing it in the first round. So
This is deeper than they normally go.
yeah, this is the game before the Super Bowl. We haven't done this since the Joe Montana years. I was what, 10?
94, 95, I think.
No, no, it wasn't. Would have been because I remember watching the AFC Championship that we lost that year, and it was in the other house, which means I was not.
So 93, 94
Yeah, 'cause
for
I
those
wasn't-
2 years.
I wasn't 14 yet.
Because Washington made it in the 1991 season, which is 1992. I, for a time, had an encyclopedic knowledge of football.
Serves up right.
Because Kansas City lost Buffalo, and Buffalo made 4 straight Super Bowls and lost them all. 2 members of the NFC East. It was New York, and then Washington, and then Dallas twice. So everything was real good there. No, I can't make it that way. I can't see around you. You need to stop. Pivot. I feel like I remember getting a little... Oh, I was just looking right past it.
I was gonna say, yeah.
In we go. Sneaking through the canyon.
I'm sure they don't have any defenses set up here.
Thus far, you are correct. Oh, I can't see a thing.
Why is it so dark in Valua?
They're not paying their electric bill, they're just paying their murder bills.
Over there!
In their defense, the murder bills are very high.
Here
You
goes!
need something adjusted over there?
No, I just have too many things on the back of this couch, so it's poking me in the back. And I'm sitting on the divot between the cushions.
That's your own fault.
I'm so good at this. I'm just as good at sitting as I am at video games.
Oh, be nice to yourself. You're winning.
That's a little better.
So how's everyone today?
Serves them right.
It always sounds like he's saying serves up right.
Yes.
Which is like, that's...
Short order cooked drachma.
Yeah. Have we made that joke? Probably.
I think we made that 2 weeks ago.
Alright, good. Consistency. That's our motto.
Terrible jokes you can believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ooh.
You know, lowering of the cloud ceiling is a sign of severe weather. I'm just saying, maybe we should leave.
It'll be fine. We have to
You know, seek some shelter.
we have to destroy all this wildlife.
It's the lowest part of your house.
Well, I hit a looper, but then it lived. I'm very upset about this.
Well,
That
they don't usually do that.
It's guarding, and it was Fina.
Say hi to Dickens, everyone.
Hi, Dickens.
He thinks it's his lunchtime.
He is wrong.
To be fair, it almost is. Can't have my Cheerios. I wouldn't like them.
Oh, the looper left.
No.
I thought I was hitting the looper. I was wrong again. Everyone's wrong here. Loopers, me, Dickens.
I'm not wrong.
You rarely are.
You heard it here first.
I don't know where I am. I don't know where it is.
We're supposed to head to, I don't know, head to...
I'm in Valua. I'm looking in Valua.
Alright, well, don't go south then. That makes them
Okay.
mad.
I don't know where it is. Ooh, rocks.
The rocks are attacking.
That would make sense.
They're actually those Pokemon that hang on the...
Gravelers.
Yes. There should have been another trailer for Detective Pikachu attached to Spider-Man.
Okay, so Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is a phenomenal movie.
Go see it.
And the trailers in front of that movie were bad. Almost without reservation.
Secret Life of Pets 2, which looks awful. How to Train Your Dragon 3, which looks fine. Some
I
Nickelodeon...
thought that was a bad trailer.
It wasn't a great trailer.
It told most of the movie,
It
and
did, yes.
all of the things they were kind of setting up for it just looked road.
It looked like a story we've seen before. Although it did have a guy with a Scottish accent, which I'm always in favor of.
I'm not really paying a lot of attention to this battle, so let me know if something happens.
You
Cool.
electrocuted a looper, or he electrocuted you. I'm not sure.
Doing it.
Some Nickelodeon movie, Lego Movie 2, which looked fine.
Yeah, I'd heard that first one was funny, and I didn't come across any jokes in that trailer for the second one.
Yeah, that could be. It's
Things trail weirdly. Like I don't know that I've seen a good
yeah, we were talking about this. Like the Marvel movies have bad trailers.
at least by my standards. I saw the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer the other day. I was like, I guess it's all right. And then the one that everyone talked about being so funny, Thor Ragnarok, I didn't think anything landed in it. I like the parts like, oh, this is the funniest trailer they've ever done, and I remember watching it going like, oh, it's over. Okay.
I mean, it could have been the funniest trailer we've ever done.
But if so, that's kind of dire.
And I've noticed that trailers for kids' movies, with the exception possibly of Disney films, because Disney has had a lot of time to figure this out, are really bad.
Yeah.
Trailers are bad. But there were two separate, I should say that, without going into too much detail about where we stand on matters of faith, we both think that faith-based films are, without exception, the hokiest things ever made.
Oh, Fina, don't die.
And
She's
when you
quiet and sleepy.
When you see trailers for two overt Jesus movies, and not like about the life of Jesus, but just very faith-based movies that seem to be wholly identical and that involve a lot of white people and sports and the token atheist who will be converted by the end of the film. There were two of these. It was weird.
It was
When I have to lean over to my husband
unpleasant.
and say, "What's with all the Jesus?" we've hit a weird spot in trailers.
a lot of people take their hats off and throw them on a nearby surface in Jesus films. And definitely if you are of the Christian persuasion, I'm not going to say, I have no comments on that. I'm not going to say anything bad about anybody for that.
Go where you find God, but I'm telling you, he's probably not in these movies. These movies seem universally terrible.
The thing that got me in that is that the acting was a real time.
And
Do you know where
Topher
we are,
Grace and
sir?
Dennis Hayward were in one of them. Like, what are you two doing? Are you lost?
Oh, what? No, you leave those here. I figure out where I am. My memory tells me it's not far from here.
Is there one of these craters?
I don't think so. It's visible from out here. I just don't know where. And this doesn't help because we have a battle and I completely lose track what's going on. I was going to say something about those movies and I have forgotten what it was. So, it's fine.
Okay. You were building up to it, too.
I was, but I can only keep track of like 3 things at once, and they're all trying to figure out where this is.
Maybe you need Jesus.
I'm good. Oh, that's what it was, which was group rates available. At the end of at the end of one of those films, it said coming up like group rates available
I didn't
because
see that.
come see your whole church. When Passion of the Christ, the most expensive snuff film ever created, was in theaters, the entire idea was your entire Protestant church would go see it together. That was going to be the service for the day. And my mother's church went a lot. And she thought it was incredibly creepy.
Yeah.
Both the film and the way they were approaching it.
Yeah, I don't. That's something. It feels like predatory. Like, bring your whole. This is your proof of faith: is to go see a terrible movie.
Here we are. Stonehenge, the Maw of Tartus.
Just, if you are a true believer, you don't have to prove it by going to see a terrible movie. You can
If
go
you
see.
are a true believer, you will make sure the people that make these movies make all the money.
Go see good movies instead. Go see Spider-Man. It's what God wants you to do.
Chom. Now, that's not how you spell cham. What is a chom for?
Chomping.
You ask. Right, weren't you? You were asking, right?
Yeah,
you were,
sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
I was totally paying attention.
It's for vomit.
Ew.
So the thing about Cupel, there are a lot of things about Cupel, most of them unpleasant, and the ones that aren't are still kind of alarming, is that depending on the way that you feed him his weird food, his evolutions change. We'll see them later, there are a couple items that will automatically move you to the next evolution. But if you use one of those when he's in a particular form, he will jump to a different path. So some of the Cupel evolutions are hilarious. And I will attempt to find the guide for that when I have the ability to so if you want to do that again, you can get one of these. You don't lose, you get all the chams back, and it's funny.
So,
there's no animation for it, so it's okay.
So the girl with the...
Gold boots, yes.
No, that's an old chestnut. No, the girl with the vomit bird. What happens if we feed the vomit bird a chom?
More birds.
We don't want that.
Chunk of metal is huge!
Bios has apparently never seen a building. Well, we're here to fix that.
And that's good.
Alright, game's over.
Uh-oh.
Let's get arrested.
The police!
You should really put up a sign or something.
Well, then you are also trespassing, so we're gonna stick you with swords.
I'm glad this is just like a gateway and not, or a seal and not a holy site, because I really don't think we should be fighting on it.
Let's get our Stonehenge kicking in.
Over there!
Stab. Find it. Found it.
Oh.
Oh, I think we're gonna do Pirate's Wrath in this battle.
Have we done it before?
No, we have not.
Ooh.
If anything survives,
New
which
abilities.
it totally will. Oh, yep, because we're attacking an enemy who's blocking, which is wasting an entire turn.
I mean, if we were playing as those guys, we'd be really happy that they were all targeting.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Ow. Oh, that was bad. I had a poor time with that.
Yeah, you're hurting.
I am upset. Alright. It's Pirate's Wrath. I'm just gonna pretend that is the guy what gave me the business. He's gonna get it right back. And it's hit him.
Let's try this.
I mean, he's here, you might as well.
Yes. This is great.
Pirate tornado!
We're on a Lisa Frank cover.
Zoom!
That's just a good time.
Oh.
2,000
Oh,
damage.
so
So dead.
Over there.
And now Ica really needs to do. Thank you.
Let's try this.
She was just spellbound by Pirate's Wrath. He just looks like he's giving him a backhanded slap. Every time.
And look at the size of that thing.
Get him.
That should make a sound like Vossler's sword.
Oh, Vossler's sword.
Nice! Critically hits somebody with a boomerang just by stabbing them with it.
That probably hurts.
I think it's more how boomerangs were used.
They were, they were
Serves
throwing
up
weapons,
right.
but they were, meant to club things from a distance. They didn't, and you could use them as a club close up too. But yeah, they are throwing weapons. They're not supposed to come back.
Please! Please!
Don't kill us any more than you already have.
Logical, if you already have one, essentially.
Yeah, just make sure it's Didn't we do? Hasn't that already been done?
No, I think Belleza was there by herself.
No, I mean historically.
Yes. That was what the Grand Fortress was for. That's how valuable one is that they were able to withstand the entire Nazarin armada.
Oh, there's a giant whale.
I don't know its name. It's not a pet.
How do you know its name? Did you name it? I'm concerned about Drachma's back. The weight of that arm.
We'll go with you. I'm not in charge of that
Good
ship.
answer.
I'm not in charge of that ship. Can we live? Like, you can die
Do
trying.
we have to die trying?
Right, you know. Get whale or die trying. I know the rule. Where is it? There it is. Another chom.
Gross.
Welcome to the land of vomit.
No.
Although you probably knew that already.
I didn't, and I don't want to be here.
I don't think so. Oh, there's another one. Where are you? I hear you. A little further away now. Where are you? Where are you? Ah, ha ha.
Didn't we make Fina get these?
Ha ha. Did you break its back? Back to the little jack. Yeah, more games should just have the ability to tell someone else to do it instead. This part sucks, you do it.
How does he do that?
That's impressive for something that size of an island to still be able to sneak up on somebody.
He'll never know we were here. Because we are like the buzzing of flies to him.
So if we can't see him...
Who are you talking to?
just Aika's on the other end of one of those talking tubes just going...
What is this?
As we also lie here trying to sleep.
Syntax vice.
Are you awake? Are you awake? Are you awake? I don't actually have any idea where they are. Let's go find them.
I can't sleep, nobody can.
Couldn't sleep either, huh? I guess not, now that you've woken me up. Oh boy, lifeboats.
Let's sleep in the lifeboats.
Let's have a race.
I mean, they're so jauntily colored.
The Drachma to stand in the middle and drop a handkerchief like ladies would do in the 50s or whenever that was.
Like the end of Greece.
Don't tell the cops nothing.
Fina's actually in there choking her, like, where is it? Where is it?
Please approach on the other side. I can't see a goddamn thing. It's where I keep my small key to advance to the next part of the dungeon. It's dangerous to go alone. Take that.
that surprised.
Played this game like 5 or 6 times now, and I still never want a joke during anything about Jack.
That's horrible.
I haven't become heartless yet.
So I think that's half an hour. Maybe pick it up here next time.
Yeah, let's save. Let's save, everybody. I bummed you all out. Let's go
Have a great rest of your day.
Alright, slot 7. So, welcome to slot 1. Next time, the Arc Whale. Start to finish for Skies of Arcadia will return tomorrow. Thanks for watching.